If you've been wondering why all your hard-earned money suddenly disappears, then that's a sign you might not be handling your money very wisely. It is an indication that you need to cut down on many of your expenses and make more informed financial decisions. Don't know where to start? Well, join us as we look into 10 possible things you may be wasting your money on. With that said, let's get started. Number 10. Latest gadgets. Some people rush to buy the newest iPhone 15 even though they already have an iPhone 14. That might sound pretty silly. You really don't need the latest version because before you know it, they'll release another one. It's strange when you see people who might not be doing great with their money, spending a lot on the latest gadgets every single year. It's like they can pay for it, but they can't really afford it. There's a difference. The same idea goes for big flat screen TVs. If your home needs other fixes, you don't really need a new TV right now. Also, think about how long stuff lasts. If you take care of your things, they'll stick around longer, and you won't have to spend money on fixing or replacing them. Number 9. Junk food. Some folks think poor people can't afford healthy food, but that's not true. Have you checked out the prices of fresh fruits and veggies compared to chips, ice cream, and cookies? Surprisingly, junk food costs more because it doesn't last as long as a bag of carrots or a head of lettuce. Plus, how your body feels when you eat healthy is worth more than junk food. Sometimes people assume rich folks eat fancy stuff like lobster all the time, but that's not the case. Many well-off people prefer to eat healthy at home by buying fresh produce and good fats. It turns out that rich people save money by doing this, and those who don't have much can learn from them. So put down that $5 bag of chips and grab that 82-cent per pound bag of carrots. Number 8. Expensive vacations. It's totally fine to want a nice vacation. There's nothing wrong with having a good time when you're on a break. But if your idea of a fun getaway involves super pricey resorts, you're throwing your money away. The truth is, there are plenty of great places to stay across the country that won't cost you an arm and a leg. Number 7. Alcohol, cigarettes, and harmful drugs. When life gets tough, it can be tempting to turn to cheap alcohol, affairs, or other bad habits. But the truth is, these things only make your problems worse. Instead, it's better to focus on finding a way to improve your situation. While you're at it, why not swap out alcohol, cigarettes, and harmful drugs for healthier alternatives like coffee, water, and vegetables? It's a better choice for your well-being and your wallet. Number 6. Unused subscriptions or services. When money is tight, it's tempting to take advantage of free trials and special offers that come in the mail. Sometimes paying a monthly fee might seem okay, but if you know you won't use a service for a long time, it doesn't make sense to keep paying for it. For example, it's a waste to spend $10 every month on a magazine subscription you probably won't read or a gym membership you won't actually go to. Number 5. Excessive outing. Sometimes going out to eat can be quite expensive. The amount you spend during one meal at a restaurant could be enough to cover your groceries for an entire week, and that's before adding in the tip for the service. If you find that you're spending a significant portion of your money on eating out, it might be a good idea to cut back a bit. Think about it this way. When the cost of dining out starts to outweigh the convenience or enjoyment it brings, it's time to reconsider your eating habits. By reducing how often you dine out and opting to cook at home more often, you can save a substantial amount of money and still enjoy delicious meals. This way, your spending aligns better with your financial goals, and you'll have more control over your budget. Number 4. Overspending with credit cards. Having a credit card or two is okay, but using them too much and letting the debt pile up is a big waste of your money, especially when you're not rolling in cash. Here's the deal with credit cards. They can be helpful in emergencies if you manage the payments and pay off the debt quickly. For example, let's say you need to put $500 on your credit card and the minimum payment is $25 with a high interest rate of 21%. Now the problem is you'll end up paying more in interest than the actual money you borrowed each month. It could take you a whopping 2 years to pay off that debt, and that's only if you don't use your credit card for anything else. As you probably know, using credit cards can land you in a mountain of debt pretty fast. Since a big chunk of your money goes toward paying interest instead of the actual debt, credit cards are a terrible waste of money, especially for people who can only afford to make the minimum payment. Some folks can't even do that, and before you know it, their credit card debt is sent to collections with even more fees added. So the lesson here is to have a savings account where you put away a little money each month. even if it's just $10 or $20. Use that money only for emergencies, and you won't have to worry about credit card debt. Number 3. In-app purchases and games. Imagine you download a free game on your phone to kill some time. You're enjoying it and reach level 6, but then you run out of in-game coins. You become quite hooked on the game and can't be bothered to grind and earn more coins slowly. That's when the app offers you a tempting deal: 1,000 coins for $9.99. You think about all the fun you can have with that many coins and how long it might take to earn them without paying. So you go ahead and make the $10 purchase. Fast forward to a couple of days and you burn through all those coins again. Now, you need to spend even more money to get fewer coins. By the end of the month, you've dropped $150 into the app. Money that could have been used for groceries, gas, or paying your electric bill. Don't be embarrassed if you've fallen into this trap. It happens to many. But it's crucial to find a way to break this spending cycle so you can focus on more important priorities, even if it means deleting the game. Trust me, you won't miss it after a few days. Number 2. Beautification. Wanting to look your best is totally normal and there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're spending money on fancy makeup, creams, and perfumes, it might not actually make you feel better in the long run. There are people with fancy nails and haircuts who can't even afford to fix their cars. It's one of those things that can hold you back from making real progress. Just imagine having worked hard all week and as a reward, you get a new expensive hairstyle that's going to lose its charm in just a couple of weeks, and you're doing this to impress people who aren't doing any better than you. Have you ever noticed that most rich folks have simple haircuts, or that successful women entrepreneurs don't go all out with diamonds and fancy nail designs? It's all about setting priorities. First, work on improving your life, and then you'll have the extra money to do whatever you want. Instead of throwing away your money, start investing it in making your life better. Number 1. Luxury clothes. For many people with less money, buying designer clothes from fancy stores is like a hobby. They do it to look better in front of others, but why spend $300 on a pair of diesel jeans when you can get 5 pairs of Levi for the same price? Now, this doesn't mean you should never buy something designer, but sometimes the only difference between a $50 coat and a $200 coat is the fancy label. There are smarter ways to use your money. Alright guys, that wraps up our video for today. If you found this video useful, please do well to give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more.